Welcome, everyone. We're making a long form video today because I said, why not? So we're going to do tomato 3 ways. We're going to push ourselves. We're going to do some things I would usually do, play around, you know? But we're going to study some surefire ways to prepare tomatoes from the garden. Yeah, yeah. Look at these puppies. Look at these puppies, man. Come on. Yeah, I got some figs on there. It's okay. Let's get started first. We're going to blanch some tomatoes and take the skin off. Very simple method, very delicious. All right, so we start here. We have some hot water, right? In a restaurant, you're going to want to doing it boiling, but that's okay. And some water with ice. And so what you need to start with here is your tomato like this, right? I have this not so beautiful X-Acto knife. It doesn't really matter. And you're just going to want to take this and go like this. Ready? You see? Just like that. Just like that. Small little X. Okay? This. Do that with all your tomatoes. Like I said, I have my decently hot water here, and we're just going to submerge these very quickly. Again, in a restaurant, you want rolling boil water and a bigger chinois or something to strain it. But for home cooks, this is completely fine, in fact. Really, we're going quickly. And you should even start to see it start to tear open, like when it's ready. These ones, this variety is done. Into our ice bath, stir it around so they instantly stop cooking. Okay. And these two should be about good as well. And so I don't think anyone really ever explains why you do this. And you know, it's not even my favorite technique. I like to eat raw tomatoes. But the skin, right, it functions as the one textural part of the tomato, right? The seeds, the skin, and then the flesh kind of, right? So this functions in the preliminary step to make a tomato farce that is very, very fine and very, very, you know, gourmand, smooth, okay? It's not necessary. The tomato skin is very nice and flavorful, right? But it's a good preparation if you want to create a sauce that is very, very pure in flavor and doesn't add any additional textures. Because if you were to take this and chop it up and make a pasta sauce from it and you reduce it, you would feel the texture of those tomatoes inside, tomato skin. So here we are. Okay, and so here we are back to our board. And we're going to peel them now. So my favorite knife here to use is a classic 20 knife. And I'm just going to come in here and you see how you have the skin is open. So we're going to just come in here like this and strip it all off. It should come off very easily. And if you do it well, it's going to be just uncooked. And even this one could have used a little bit more time, but it's coming out, I'm very happy with it. I mean, dude, just look at that beauty. Come on, man. And for the next thing, we have something pretty interesting. You might be looking at this and say, what the hell does that have to do with tomatoes? Well, we're going to nixtamalize tomatoes. And a huge mission of my cooking, right, is to use natural ingredients, especially ingredients that come from each other or are near to each other. And this is just wood ash. Wood ash from a local type of tree that grows very, very, that is the tree we use for wood for fire in the south of France. And all that is here is the ash of wood. So wood that has been burnt and then it falls to the bottom of the oven and then soaked in water for 1 day. So everything on the bottom here is wood ash, and we're going to just strain out, decant this, right? So you have some actual embers in there and then this infusion. So look at what I'm going to do here. I just go grab a little bit like this and push it through this cheesecloth. We let it drip through. And what we're going to do now is combine it with our tomatoes. And then we're simply going to pour this over our tomatoes, peeled tomatoes, like this. So this is ash water nixtamal base. We're going to let that sit for 5 hours or so. So give it a second and we'll... And then to finish here, we're going to use all of our kind of tomatoes that are a little bit too far, right? For me, I like big tomatoes better for this because it's less sweet. We're making tomato water, okay? Tomato water is the clear liquid that comes from essentially blending tomatoes and letting them strain through cheesecloth. So here we go. And so now we've cut all of our tomatoes into smallish-ish pieces. And that's good enough because we're going to put them into a blender now. We have our tomatoes. We're going to tomato in the blender. Nice fucking juiciest one, too. Perfect. And we'll just go on a low speed until it's combined. Not too much. We don't want heat. We don't want anything. It's done. So we are there. If I were you at home, I would make sure to add a little bit of salt. However, I'm going to add just a splash of my homemade kimchi broth. Why? It has some of these spicy compounds in it, and salt, of course. It will help preserve the tomatoes. Now, this is probably the most important part of any tomato water, is how you bundle your tomato water. So these are called linen likes. It's a very special kind of paper towel. A kitchen rag will be the best substitution for any home cooks. So you're gonna want to set it in there like that. And then I'm just spraying with a little bit of water to help everything kind of stick together. Not too much. It's like that. Tomato water, tomato puree in fact, goes right in. Say in French like this. We don't want the puree to leave. We just go like this. Boom, 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 just like that. A final step, right? Just want to put a little bit of weight on top. So like this, see my reflection. Boom. And let that sit overnight in your fridge and let's see what we get. Got some beautiful tomato water. And obviously you can pass it through a chinois, or sorry, you put some, another layer of kitchen paper down and you can get it really, really clear. But for me right now, this is perfectly good. Yeah, so tomato water. And it's crazy how this works, you know, like. Anyway, so you can pass that one more time and through some cheesecloth and it will be perfectly clear. But I like mine a little bit like this, it's fine. Come on, dude. You know, you can get it perfectly clear, but this color is just too beautiful, right? Yeah, and of course, you know this ain't no normal ass cooking channel, so we're gonna do some crazy shit with this. Tomato water in a pot, not to be using today. One of my favorite wild plants, honeysuckle, okay? Honeysuckle is gonna go right in. You ready? And we take the small little piece of this too, so it's all the leaves, the stem, everything, but just the ends. Something like this. Boom. Boom, this goes in. Boom, this goes in. Some underripe ones too, a bunch of flavor goes in. Just like that, and we let that infuse. And that's it. Kimchi water, tomatoes, honeysuckle. Bam, come on, baby. It got a little hot, so I had to change. I'm sorry, guys. It's an inappropriate outfit. But I'm looking at all the mise en place I just showed you guys. We learned how to peel tomatoes today. We learned how to nixtamal tomatoes today. We learned how to nixtamal tomatoes today. And we learned how to make tomato water, which you can infuse to many different things. So thank you guys for coming along. If this does well, more videos to come, and smash it.